Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Awkwardly Acceptable Podcast. I am your host, Camera Brielle. Now, I know y'all probably saying, what? If anybody is listening to this, because, probably people, I done probably just did this for me. But let me tell you something. I know y'all probably saying, if anyone is listening to this, girl, you ain't did an Awkwardly Acceptable Podcast in 40 years. It was the summer of 1986. The last time I did an awkwardly acceptable episode, okay? But you know what? I'm back, y'all. I'm back. I do have another podcast called Talking Candidly with Camera, but let me tell you something. Every single time I think about Talking Candidly with Camera, I always say Awkwardly Acceptable Podcast. Bro, I'm back, y'all. Did y'all miss me? Hold on, let me play my sound. I'm back. I am absolutely back. I'm your host, Camera Brielle. I want to thank our sponsor, Candid Looks. If you are looking for handmade jewelry at affordable prices, check out Candid Looks. It has everything you need and more to be looking like that bitch. Okay? Yes. Okay. I'm still working this out, y'all. This is going to be, number one, a short episode because I have to go. That's number one. Number two, I feel like two of the topics that I'm talking about are going to be sad. So, I don't... life is sad, so you really can't, I don't know. But let me just tell you something. If you don't know, the song that plays in the beginning that has no name, that's just titled 423, I made that, okay? Like, I was in the studio, like, bah, 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 bah. Well, okay, I wasn't in the studio like that, but that was actually the first song that made sense that I made, and I was like, I can't just leave you by the wayside. So don't ever underestimate the talents of Camera Brielle. No, I'm sorry, but seriously, if you hear any song that is like a song on my channel, it's mine. Okay, it's mine. I didn't realize how many songs were reused on YouTube, and it never it never clicked because I always was like, bro, and it's copyrighted, so don't even try me, okay? I know the people that's listening probably won't try me, but it might be one person who's listening talking about, what, I like that song. Let me just, no, you ain't gonna do nothing because I will collect my coin, okay? That's why you get your song copyrighted, so you can collect the coin, okay? Because I would love to wake up one day and hear one of my songs on the radio. Oh, Lord Jesus. Let me hear somebody singing my song. When I tell you I'm getting the bag, girl, the bag. I'm sorry, or man, if you watching this, okay? But we do have some sad topics to talk about. I guess let's talk about the sad topics first, and then we're gonna talk about it's been a minute since I've been here, probably like 3-4 months. It's been a long minute since I've been here, but things have been moving along and everything. So you've probably all heard the story of T.I., so that'll be the last story that we talk about. But we got to talk about some real shit, okay? And the real thing that we're going to talk about is Alexis Crawford. Alexis Crawford was a Clark Atlanta University student who was found dead in a park, okay? Now, she was missing more than a week ago, and then she was found dead in nearby DeKalb County on Friday. So everybody didn't know what was going on, what was happening. And then it finally came out that her bitch ass roommate, dumbass little hoe ass slut. Look, if y'all don't like cussing, get the hell off. Okay, that's number one. Because I'm going to read this girl for filth. I honestly don't want to say her name, but I feel like I should say her name because she's a dumbass. Okay, her roommate and the roommate's boyfriend have now been identified as the killers. And one of the two suspects led investigators to where her body was found. I'm getting this information from CNN. So it says that, she was a 21-year-old woman, and she vanished from her off-campus apartment that she shared with the girl who ended up, I don't know what role she played in taking this woman's life, but girl, it's called accomplice. It's called accessory after the fact. It's called harboring a suspect. It's called a lot of shit. Okay, you may not have done the actual deed of taking this innocent woman's life, but you had a hand to play in it, and guess what? Your ass gonna rot in jail, and that's what you deserve. I wholeheartedly. Anyway, let me tell you the story. So, basically what happened before Alexis Crawford was found murdered was she filed a police report on Jordan Jones, who is the roommate, her boyfriend, whose name is Baron Brantley, and they're both 21. Now, when they talk about Jordan Jones, they say that she is a student of Clark Atlanta, but they don't say that Baron Brantley is a student. So that, none. Because, I don't want to curse too much on the, introductory episode back into the podcast, but when I tell you, I'm just like so heated. Anyway, Alexis filed a police report on October 27th, and that was a few days prior to her being reported missing. In this report, Alexis described unwanted kissing and touching from Baron Brantley, okay? So, Jones, who is the victim's roommate and quote-unquote friend, I don't know what, with friends like this, who the hell need enemies, but Brantley is the boyfriend of Jones, and her name is Jordan Jones. She a cute little girl. I mean, I'd love to know, first of all, what could go through your mind. And they obviously don't have all the details, and if they did have all the details, they wouldn't tell us right now. But I'd love to know what was going through your mind to be a black girl the same age as this other black girl. You know this black girl. Y'all are friends. There's a picture of Alexis and Jordan standing right next to one another. Because why? Because they're friends. And then for you to, in whatever role that you played, help take this girl's life or cover it up or do whatever the hell you did. It's not sad. It's sad that this girl is gone, but I feel no sympathy for Jordan Jones. I feel no sympathy in any way, shape, or form for this woman. Because, first of all, you are old enough to know right from wrong. And if this nigga that you was going with was so, first of all, he didn't respect you. If he was putting unwanted kissing and touching, if he was unwanted kissing and touching on your roommate, that's number one. He didn't respect you. Number two, how could you have felt safe around someone who, hypothetical situation, he brings this up to you and you don't immediately, first of all, tell the police? That's number one, because my ass ain't going to jail for nobody, and I'm definitely not killing anybody, friend or not, especially over no dusty peen. Okay, but anyway, how could you not feel scared to participate or to even have this man, this is all hypothetical, have this man come to you and say, hey, we need to take care of this situation, blah, blah, blah. A girl, she really could have been the mastermind behind it. How could you look at this girl in her face and know that you were going to do something so heinous to her? And how as a parent do you feel sending your 21-year-old daughter, she 21, so she done been in college for a minute. They don't say that she's a freshman. They don't give her exact grade, but they don't say that she's a freshman. Like, they said that her sister told police that they last spoke around 8:44 p.m. on October 30th. When Crawford asked her sister what she had planned to do over the weekend, her sister said she wasn't doing anything, and Crawford stopped responding to texts after that. The fact that, like, it literally makes no sense to me that, let's say you don't even care enough about Alexis's life to even, like, think this through as far as wanting to, like, not kill just an innocent person, but just, like, think about your own life. Like, did you think that you were gonna get away with it? Did you think? And I'm really confused with this whole, like, couple killing thing, because me and my husband a minute ago watched Gypsy Rose on not the documentary, but the Hulu series. I think it was called The Act. Yeah, we watched The Act, and we watched her and her boyfriend plan to murder her mother, and we watched them, thinking that they would live this happily ever after life with one another. And I'm like, in what world first of all, y'all think that people are not hot on y'all asses for killing someone? Or, they're just trying to find the person who committed murder? And in what world do you think that jail is where y'all would be together? I'm confused. Do you know any co-ed jails? Because I don't. It's just, you took a girl's life. You took a young woman's life. For what? For what? Over what? I'd love to know the details. I'd love to know what in Jordan Jones' mind. And your family done lost their child, they sister, they daughter, they niece, they aunt, whatever. Your family has lost someone. I don't care about the boy, but the boy's family done lost their son, their nephew, their brother. But the thing is, I hope y'all both get life in prison. Why am I saying y'all like they can hear me? You're in jail where you belong, okay? I hope they do get life in prison. I'm not a person for the death penalty, but I'm really thinking that both of them should just, I don't know if Georgia has the death penalty, but I'm very for both of them just getting the death penalty. It's no need. It's no, I don't get it. Her mother is saying they didn't have to kill my baby. They didn't have to kill her. I'm sorry, her father said that. Her father said if they wanted to take somebody's life, they could have taken mine. Like, what? What? And who are you, big and bad? Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me, and it will never make sense to me. This woman posed no threat, but you decided, and I feel I do have anger toward, what's his name, Barron? Like, what kind of name is that? Ain't that what's his son's name? Like, I do have, like, feelings toward Barron, but I do have a little bit more feeling toward Jordan, because you looked at this girl in her face. Y'all shared an off-campus apartment. Like, y'all were friends. Like, it just makes no sense to me. And I know to any sane person it would not make sense, but there is nothing that will take back the fact that this girl is dead. And they may both spend the rest of their lives in prison, but they still have their lives. They still have their lives, regardless of if it's in prison, regardless of if they plead insanity, whatever the hell they do. They will still have their lives. And that is something that Alexis does not have anymore. You took that from her over your boyfriend doing something wrong. How in the hell are you killing somebody innocent? Or I'm not saying that she did it, but how in the hell are y'all sitting up here killing someone innocent for what your boyfriend did? And for her, what was she supposed to just say? Oh, okay, I'll just allow unwanted kissing and touching. What? Like, look. I know that the family is going to have a hard time. I know that this is just the beginning. And it's one thing, it's already fucking hard enough to lose someone that you love to natural causes or just death or just, an illness or something. Then it's another thing to have somebody that you love be taken away from you by murder. Somebody that you know for a fact they'd still be here right now if these two people did not say, hey, let's kill her. Like that's the thing. I can send my condolences, but it's never going to be the same. It's never going to be the same. You send your child off to get an education and she wasn't running with the wrong people. She wasn't doing shit wrong. And you know what? That girl could have been running with all the wrong people in the world, okay? That does not give anybody the right to kill her, okay? So, let's move on. And now I get to talk about another sad story. Now, I did not, obviously, let's call it a hiatus. Let's say that this is season 2 of the Awkwardly Acceptable podcast. I don't know if you all have heard about Atatiana Jefferson and this happened October. On October 12th, Atatiana Jefferson, 28 years old, was playing video games with her nephew when 2 officers arrived at her home. A concerned neighbor had called the non-emergency number. He didn't call 911 and say, hey, come quick. Okay. He called the non-emergency number just to do a welfare check, just to see what was going on, because the home's exterior doors were open at a late hour. As officers walked around the house in the dark, Jefferson heard a noise in the background because you're not verbal. So she pulled out a gun from her purse and pointed it at the window, as anyone scared for their life would do. And then former Fort Worth officer Aaron Dean yelled, "Put your hands up, show me your hands." And then about 2 seconds later, he fired through the window, killing her. Now, what in the hell? I get it, because she's black. Yes, I understand. We understand. She's black. But no, that's all I can say. I was going to say, what in the hell is up with you shooting people to kill? You're not shooting to disarm. You're not shooting to injure. You shooting to kill. But then I had to remember, she's black. So, of course, you're shooting to kill. Wow. Neither of the officers had identified themselves as police, and all of this was shown on body camera footage. Okay? Now, the person that killed her resigned from the force and has been charged with murder. But what is he gonna get? 10 years and then do a plea deal like somebody else we know? Amber Geiger. I ain't even gonna talk about that. Anyway, but I do want to bring this up because her father, Marquise Jefferson, he died on Saturday at the age of 59. They said that he suffered cardiac arrest and was taken to the hospital in Dallas on Friday night. His death comes less than a month after his daughter was fatally shot by the police, and that was his only child. Not to mention that this woman was killed in front of her nephew. So her nephew is going to always remember that. But now her father is gone. And they said she moved back home to care for her ailing mother, so her mother is still alive, and now her mother is dealing with the loss of her daughter. Oh my gosh. And I don't know if they were married or not, but it don't matter. Her daughter's father, her husband, is still family. Now her mother is dealing with two people gone in less than a month. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And I don't get how people don't understand why people protest. I don't get why people don't understand why you shouldn't say racial slurs. I don't get why people don't understand why people say Black Lives Matter. It's honestly willful ignorance. If you don't get it, and I stayed away from this story because it was like this black woman was living, just like Botham Jean, just like all of them, living. You and let's not even talk about I can't think of the word. Let's not talk about how big and bad you think you gotta be to come up in somebody's backyard. Do not announce yourself as the police. They pull out a gun because they said, I don't know you. You could be a random man on the street, which you are, because you have not, and you haven't said, hey, it's the police. You want to be stealthy and shit when you could have easily handled this in a better way. You see somebody and you don't give them time to do anything and you just shoot them. Okay. If you all didn't know about those stories, now you know about them. There is really nothing to say because, like I said, death, that's it. You know, you can say, oh, I'm sorry. You can say, you can get a settlement. You can sue. You can do all of that. But it never, ever takes away from the fact that your child, your family member, is dead. And that will never go away. Ever. And it's nothing more to say. It's literally nothing more to say. I think that before I talk about T.I. and the fuckery of him, let's play a song and then I can come back and talk about T.I. And then that'll kind of be the end of the podcast. I'm still getting into the swing of things. I'm only here for a couple of hours. And, you know, when you're here for a couple of hours and you want to do things quickly, things always seem to take the longest time. So I'm going to play a song. This song is on my YouTube channel. It is called Pretend. It is a song that I put out probably, like a week ago? Probably like to this day, a week ago. And to be quite honest, I thought I had already put this song out. I searched. This song had never been put on my YouTube channel. So without any further ado, enjoy Pretend, and I'll be right back. No. Hanging pictures on the wall. When did it all start? Broken glass on the floor. bloody wounds all on my heart, holding mirrors full of sin, shadow meek and shadow grin, falling, falling. All I see is just the end, stalling, stalling. No, maybe we should call it quits. No, all we do is just pretend, 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 pretend. No. Hey, I'm back. Should I play another song? Probably not. Okay. Oh, God. Let's talk about T.I., Dr. T.I., OBGYN. Now, I'm pretty sure everyone knows about T.I. The podcast has since been deleted. But Dr. T.I., OBGYN, he went on a podcast called Ladies Like Us with Nazan, and Nadia. He said that he takes his eldest daughter, Deja, to the gynecologist every year to make sure her hymen is in check and to make sure that she's still a virgin. Okay. Now, as you know, T.I. is married to Tiny. Tiny has a daughter, a beautiful daughter, and Deja is beautiful too. Tiny has a daughter that is not with T.I. named, what is that girl's name? You know her name. Her name is, she was in OMG Girls. Y'all don't know who OMG Girls is. And let me not lie and say that I do know who OMG Girls is. Zanique. Whew. As soon as it came up, I knew. Zanique. She has a daughter named Zanique, and T.I. has a daughter with someone else, Deja, and then they have a daughter together named Eris Harris, which, okay, it's just like Northwest. Like, if these were regular kids, North would be getting made fun of every single day. Ha ha, your name's Direction. Like, I'd be there. You know how many people made fun of Camera? Take a picture. Like, anyway, let me not say what I was going to say. So he says, you can't go listen to the podcast. Like I said, I'm getting this information from vulture.com. He says, usually the day after the party, so the day after her birthday, she's enjoying her gifts. I put a sticky note on the door, and gyno tomorrow 9:30. The birthday present every girl dreams of. He didn't say that. The article said that. So now I do want you to know that his daughter Deja has just turned 18. So she's 18, okay? And when they go to the appointment, the doctor asks his daughter to sign a release. He says, quote, I say, Deja, they want you to sign this so we can share information. Is there anything you would not want me to know? Oh, okay. See, doc, ain't no problem. Okay. So he says the doctor has also told him that there are other ways that the hymen can break. You know, it can be broken by riding bikes, horses, sports, tampons, masturbation, splits, probably sitting down too hard. Girl, like, come on. So he says the doctor told him this, but she don't do none of that, so you know it should be good. You dumbass nigga. Anyway, he then says, I will say, as of her 18th birthday, her hymen is still intact. Her hymen was still intact. Okay, so he goes on to, and this is not saying, hey, my daughter graduated, I was about to say summa cum laude, like she was in college. My daughter graduated, she got all A's, she the top of her class, you boom, boom. He done went on a podcast talking about her, oh my gosh, the status of her hymen. Like, it's like she done got accepted into Harvard, full ride scholarship, about to become a doctor, okay? Anyway, he is disgusting. He says that his daughter is still a virgin, and when the ladies reply, well, you know, ain't you scared that men gonna be interested in her? He says, no, because they're no fun. Who wants a virgin? Like, really? All of that work? I wish y'all could see my face. I wish y'all could see my damn face. I wish y'all could see my face. Okay. But his 15-year-old son, I guess his name is King, he is not a virgin. Okay. He's not a virgin. But that don't matter. Now, it was also like documented that Deja was liking tweets that was talking about, this is some disgusting ass shit, you know, like what are you talking about? And then I want to know that this is true, but I saw on Twitter, and I need to say allegedly because I can't like find it on this article, but allegedly then Deja had to close her DMs because men were in her DMs talking about, oh, I'll be your first. What kind of dumb ass man are you to not only put your 18 in the age of social media, 18 years old, about to go to college, bro? You done sat up here and told the world that your daughter is a virgin. How about you talk about you cheating on your wife multiple times, huh? How about you talk about Bernice? Y'all remember Bernice Burgos? If you don't remember Bernice Burgos, go look up Bernice Burgos. Come back to me and you gonna know. Then, if y'all don't know who T.I. is, then I, like, you know, the way that he talks, the way that he is, he's a dumbass, okay? He is very misogynistic, and anyway, then it got into the conversation of virginity and how it is a made-up construct, and the fact that I was listening to someone else talk about it, and it was like, virginity is so many different things. Virginity can be, you can, look, all I'm saying is, I know this firsthand, okay? Let's just say that I used to be a 15-year-old, okay? And let's just say that I used to do things with this boy who later on down the line became a damn husband, okay? Let's just say, hypothetically speaking. And let's just say that, you know, let's just say that things happen, and let's just say that somebody found out, okay? Someone who, let's just say, birthed me, okay? And let's just say how big of a deal it was, and I guess it was a big deal because I was 15, but anyway, let's just say how big of a deal it was, and how, you know, it was basically like, oh, you're not a virgin anymore. And I'm like, but I haven't had any of the sex. And let's just say it was, no, but you've had oral sex, and that's sex, you know. And that's when I started to think, oh, you're really right. Like, not in my hypothetical situation, in the fact that virginity is a social construct, because oral sex can be you not being a virgin. Anal sex can mean you not being a virgin to some people. Oral sex can mean you not being a virgin to some people. You can do everything. You can even do hand sex. I don't think that's what it's called. What is hand sex called? You know what I'm talking about. You can do handies and fingeries and all of that stuff. And that could be you not being a virgin. So there are many things that many people classify as virginity. And I'm starting to understand that virginity is a social construct. Okay? And it also brought up a great point on Twitter. What if this girl had been sexually assaulted? And in the way that T.I. was, so like, oh, you sure you ain't got nothing to tell me? That could have led to her not expressing herself, or in a situation where she has been wrongly touched or abused. Because as long as that hymen is intact, do you know how fucking stupid that sounds? So what? What if she wore a tampon? What if she wore a tampon? Like, there are so many ways that this little piece of skin can break. And it's not even, like, completely covered because people have to have menstrual cycles. And, like, I'm so confused. It's just... It also talks about when T.I. was talking to his wife, Tiny, and they were talking about something, and Tiny was like, well, if she making money and she come home and she don't want to give you sex, hypothetically talking about something, and T.I. was like, what you mean give sex? Sex is in the contract. Everything that you own is mine, and everything that I own is yours. Well, why in the hell are you sleeping around with different women if you feel that way? You see, every single day, I start to see more and more how this world is fucked up, okay? And this is one of the things. I started to see how this is a very, very, very just man-ruled world. It's just men this, men that. It's for the benefit of men. Men are controlling women's bodies. Men, honestly, some of these men don't even give a damn unless you are literally their family. There are, you can call it jokes and stuff, but men on Twitter, I seen this thing on Twitter where it was like, oh, the girl who didn't give me her number, I saw that she just got raped. Ha, 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 ha. And that's funny to you? That's some funny ass shit, huh? That's funny. You funny for that, huh? Anyway, y'all, we are running out of time. I don't want to end on a dumb note, but let me tell you something. Think for yourself, be yourself, please. If you have any thoughts that are stuck in the 1800s, change them. If you feel as though girls are fast, change it. If you feel as though what you wear determines, if you had a place in your sexual assault or your molestation, change it. Okay? Change all of the thoughts that you harbor. Okay? Because they're all wrong. We have been dealing with this same system. The system of racism is here, but that's wrong, right? Well, I think it's wrong. Some people don't. But anyway, you know what, y'all? I'm done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say thank you all so much for listening to the Awkwardly Acceptable podcast. I will be back next week with more things that I want to talk about. If you all like this episode, you can subscribe, you can like, you can comment, you can do whatever, you can share it. I'm going to play you out with one of my songs that I absolutely love. Okay, it may not be loved by a lot of y'all, but I absolutely love it. So, my name is Camera Brielle. I am wonderful, and so are you, if you ain't thinking no dumb shit. Because if you're thinking dumb shit, then you're not wonderful. You need to change your way of thinking. Elevate. Anyway, bye. Love don't live here no more. Love ain't been here for years. I can't let you go. I won't let you go. I won't let you go. No. Why? Tough time. Gone. Hurt inside. It's all a lie. Kiss me, leave me, let me